Hi guys, my name is Volker and I love to make beautiful imperfect things. Today I'm going to show you how to make a tubular cast on in the round, a technique that I use in some of my patterns and that leaves you with this edge that rolls around, that is really stretchy and that ends up in a 1-1 ribbing. You can use this technique, for example, for the brim of a hat, such as this one. You can use it for your sleeves and you can use it for socks as well. If you want to have a look at my patterns, click on the link in the description below, and as always don't forget to like this video if you find it helpful, or let me know if you don't. So tubular cast on in the round. You need your working yarn with your working needles obviously. You need a crochet hook. You need some waste yarn that ideally doesn't frizzle. I use cotton here and ideally it's in a contrast color to your project. You need a circular needle, either of the size of your working needles or maybe even a bit bigger. And you need a pair of scissors. So you start with your waste yarn and tie a knot into the end of the yarn just to mark this end for later. Then you tie a slip knot into the yarn. And you crochet some chain stitches just so that you have something to grab on. Then you take your circular needle and you crochet half of your stitch count under your circular needle. So if the pattern asks for 20 stitches, you crochet on 10. If it asks for 40, you crochet on 20 and so on. And when you have done that, you finish with a couple of more chain stitches and cut your yarn. And before we start working with our working yarn, we slide all the stitches to the other side of our circular needle so that we can start with the end with the knot in it. So we'll be doing 4 rounds of setup that actually will count only as 2 rows because we'll be doing only knit stitches or only purl stitches in our ribbing. So the first round goes like this. We knit into each stitch, 1 yarn over, and then knit into the next stitch and again yarn over. So here we're actually going back to our intended number of stitches. Here I've picked up all my stitches from my cast on. Don't forget this last yarn over here after the last stitch, and be sure that your waste yarn doesn't twist anywhere. Then I put my marker here. Last check, the yarn over is still there. And it's time for my second row. So first row was knit stitches, now it's purl stitches with yarn and back. So we slip this first knit stitch with yarn and back. Give your yarn here a little tug to make everything snug. And then you purl into the second stitch. Slip with yarn and back, purl. Don't miss this last yarn over. Slip your marker. Tighten your yarn here once again. And now it's time for row 3, and row 3 is knit stitches with yarn in front. So I knit the knit stitch there, and all the purl stitches I slip with yarn in front. Knit, slip with yarn in front. End of row 3. And row 4 is exactly as round 2, and that is purl stitches with yarn back. So I slip the first stitch with yarn back and I purl. This way we have done 2 rounds with only knit stitches and 2 rounds with only purl stitches. And after this round 4, you just go on with your ordinary ribbing. 1 knit, 1 purl. And here I've come a little bit on my way with my ribbing, and it's time to remove the cast on. So I go to the yarn end without the knot in it, and I pry the first knot open here. and then I tug on the yarn and the stitches resolve. I maybe go in here somewhere, just pulling the yarn through so that I then can go on here. So this is my tubular cast on in the round. That's all for today, guys. Take care and good luck with your project.